Hello, my name is Ivar. You probably know me. If you know me, you probably know me from my name Miss Wee, which I use in all other channels, but usually either shit posting or drawing. Now, this is the biggest shit post that I've ever done before, and I call it a shit post because I'm doing this without a plan. I'm just rambling. I'm just yapping. If you know anything about me, I love yapping. If you know a little bit more about me, I really love Boston Manor. And if you know a little bit more about me, I really like psychological horror video games. One of them Mothered, which was one of my favorite video games, if I can say so. Now, credit where credit is due. I know Mothered through the YouTuber Corrupted, which I'm broke as shit, right? So I don't buy any games because I'm broke as shit. So I watched them played and commented on by the German YouTuber Corrupted. And if you're a German speaker and you like horror games of any kind, you probably know Corrupted. But if you don't know Corrupted, go check his channel out and stay there, because catch up on every single video that he's done, because it's amazing. Just I'm gonna say this right away. I'm gonna use in this video, I'm not planning anything, but I know that I'll use video material from Corrupted's channel, because I have not found a single video that just shows Mothered gameplay. I'm gonna be talking about Mothered without any commentary. So I'm just gonna use Corrupted's video, and you're gonna hear him speak because I cannot mute out his voice, even though I'm not gonna talk about him specifically. But I'm just gonna say this right away. What is this video even about? Okay, so this is a thought that I've had about a year ago when Boston Manor, my favorite band, released the album Sundiver. At that moment, Mothered, the video game, had been released, I think, for 2 to 3 years. I'm not entirely sure. As soon as I heard that song, I immediately thought of Mothered, and I made a million connections in my head. And I think it's so beautiful that I in my head, I connected two things that I love. And to me, to this day, it holds up. So today I just came home from uni, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Fuck it, we ball. I'm just gonna make a rambling video. You know the meme of the guy that is like at the wall and he's like with all his pins and threads and stuff? That's me right now. I did actually ask Boston Manor if they knew the game, because I wanted to tell them how amazing it is that it's just connected. They never answered to my comment, which is understandable. They're a big band. And like looking back, that was a little bit stupid for me, because it's not about ducks. It's like, so everything that I say is just me and how I connect things. It's not, I wanted to say it's not canon, but you know what I mean. Right. So this is so bullshit. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is about Mothered, the video game, by Enigma. If you know the game, I'm just gonna talk about the game a little bit, really dance it down. If you don't know anything about the game and you see this video and you're like, I kind of want to know about the video game, then don't watch this video. Go watch it from Corrupted. There's probably someone else. I think I forgot his name, but there's this one big YouTuber that did a video about him as well, about the game as well. So in English, so you're good. But otherwise, go watch it from Corrupted if you know German. So, Mothered, what is it about? What's the game? Okay, so Mothered is a psychological horror video game, but there's nothing really creepy it's no jump scares, no gore, no monsters, no, it's a bit sad maybe stuff happening, but there's nothing that you'd be like, ew, what the fuck. But psychologically, it's really good psychological horror, in my opinion. One of the best that I've seen personally. So what happens, you play as Liana, okay? First person, you are dropped off at your house by your dad, and you're told that don't worry about anything, But your mom is kind of weird. She's getting used to you, but it's fine. Don't worry. You had an accident. Don't worry. So you play the game, right? And your mom is kind of off. Okay, your mom is kind of weird. But you just play the game. There's a couple dialogues option. There's this overall eerie atmosphere, but nothing scary per se. You're just like, okay, this all feels a little bit weird. And very good sound design, by the way. And then you finish the game, and it's like nothing really happened. And you're like, what? Probably missed something? Like, because this can't be the game, bro. So you start it again. And maybe you're expecting something amazing to happen, but no. It's the same game again. But, of course, that's why it's such a good psychological horror. Because you know, right, that it's a psychological horror game, you know it has good recensions, you're like, something's off, and you start to look for clues everywhere, but there's so little. But what you do have is all the dialogues that are the same as the previous playthrough. Nothing changed, but what did change is your perception, and you realize that every single thing that is said in that video game can be understood in another way. Everything has like two meanings, and you're like, oh, okay, wait, hang on. And you realize your mom isn't actually weird, but she is talking to you. Spoilers, okay? So this is massive spoilers. If you've been to this planet, if you've come to this part and you don't want to get spoiled because you want to see the game, spoilers. You realize you ain't the real Diane. Diane died. You're a robot with her, like, AI. And the mother is like, bro, you're not my fucking daughter. You're not. Get the fuck out. Get out. She's like, bitch, you're not my daughter. My daughter is dead. You're a cheap copy. Please. Back off. And then there's an ending and everything, but that's not of importance right now. It's about that, okay? It's about that segment of playing the game 2 to 3 times until you realize, what the fuck? What the fuck? Now we're gonna talk a little bit about Bossa Manor, and Datura lore. So there's 2 albums. There's Datura and there is Sundiver. Both of them start with a song called Datura, which you have Datura Dawn and you have Datura Dusk. Datura Dusk is from the album Datura, and then we have Datura Dawn, which is from the album Sundiver. Now, you could say, in a way, Sundiver is like the sequel to Datura, so Datura came before Sundiver and is the prequel. And it sets the initial tone, and it's relatively gloomy and dark. It's indie rock. I don't know what genre I would tell them. Alternative. I'm sorry. Regardless, it's more gloomy, and then you have Sundiver, which is like more hopeful, I would say, a bit more positive. It's not exactly about that, but it's still how you have. This is where we started, yo. You have 2 sides. You have the same song. I mean, it's not the same song, but you have the same song, but like 2 versions, and it's like, it starts there. Okay, the parallels. 2. It starts there. I'm sorry, and then you have. But this is specifically about Datura Dawn, okay? Datura Dusk is cool, love it, but this is specifically about Datura Dawn. Datura Dawn starts with birds chirping. Amazing. It starts with bird chirping. Now, I'm gonna edit videos, and again, you'll have to, like, try to focus on the background and not listen to corrupted speak over it. I'm sorry, I did not find any material without anyone speaking over it, so I'm just gonna use that one. So you're gonna hear birds chirping, what you're also gonna hear is the initial sound of the song on how what are the instrumentals, what it sounds like. And I'm sorry, just listen to it.
Also das Umfeld, den Garten und sowas. Naja, ich habe nochmal drüber nachgedacht.
It sounds so similar. The vibe is very close to each other. And I'm here, I have my phone out. And I'm just gonna talk about how I connect one to the other. So the first verse starts with, "Can you please open that window and let the new world in?" Just how new world, Layan as her. She is the new Layan. Your daughter is your world. She fucking died. Let the new one in, bro. Let her fix your life. I mean, of course, this is not a critique to one. It's not about philosophical question. It's just like the game per se. I'm sorry. There's a flower in the garden. I feel it blossoming. Now, if you know anything about the game, you know that one of the things you have to do is your mom is like, hey, you need to go to the garden, to the apple garden, and you have to like pick apples that are rotten as well. Which brings me to basement. I'm just kidding. We're not talking about basement today. Feel the embers of the morning. Don't forget where you've been. Funny because the morning is in the game is where that music happens, which is funny. And don't forget where you've been. Also, because in the second playthrough, and then the third specifically, you have to like understand where you've been before to have certain dialogues that give you little hints on what to do different. Beautiful. And then saturated to the surface but made of paper skin. I think the way I would see it with the game is like you or the robot, whatever, Layan, at first glance you think it's Layan, but it's not. It's a different person, it's a different AI, it's not the daughter. Then we have every moment is a memory, and it makes us who we are. Distant voices through the doorway, a flicker of the dark. Still a pebble in the ocean, sink into the calm, watching ripples on the surface, no one is alone. This one is, I think, the most together. It's like every moment is a memory. Again, everything you say, everything you hear, every dialogue in the game, you've already seen it before. Like, you're playing it again, you've seen it before, you're like, hang on, there's something more to it. And also, if you switch the perspectives from the mother seeing the robot impersonating her daughter, it's like, at the end of the day, you still see your daughter. You don't want to, but you see your daughter. And when you play as Leon, or like when you play as Leon, I don't know. When you play as the robot AI impersonating the daughter, the dead daughter, towards the end of the game, spoilers, you leave that behind. You leave playing the role behind. And I think realizing that you're reliving the same memory and you're reliving the same dialogues as the player, it makes you realize who you're playing as, and it's like it makes us who you are. Distance voices through the doorway. I think you also have dialogues with your brother who's alive, but through like the door, and you don't see him, and you are standing in the doorway and you like talk to him, and the things that he says make a lot of sense, or are very important for the player to realize that you're not the real daughter. Watching ripples on the surface. Oh my god, hang on. I have to translate it. Denken wir das Gleiche? Rippel Deutsch, Digga. Welligkeit. Oh, scheiße. Plätschern. Sorry, well, this is bad, because I just realized I thought, as of now, I made a mistake, because I speak German, so I make translation mistakes, lost in translation, in my head, and I saw ripple, and I thought of rip. Now, while I was reading it, and I was in this analysis, I think ripple has nothing. Ripple has what? Sich kräuseln, plätschern on the surface. Now, regardless, my point stands. It's not a rip. So I had a cut because my brother walked into my room. And he was asking, "What you doing?" He's a cutie, I love him. Anyways, ripple. Where were we? Watching ripples on the surface. I think my point stands in the sense of you have a surface and usually it's smooth, and when there is some sort of disturbance, it starts, you notice it. Like if Literatur Sachser Alter. And then that's how it ends, bro. You have the ending is no one is alone. The ending is just fading out. No one is alone. Which I too would more so connected with how you as the robot daughter come to realize that you're not Lian, I don't know, you're not her. But you're not, like, you have guidance through the game. You find your identity and you detach yourself from that and you go on and you leave. And it's fine. And the song ends with a little, I would say a little disturbance, lack of a better word. Of course I will show it. And for me, like, this song sounds a lot like, hey, listen, everything is okay. Storm's over. Calm down. Everything's okay. It's gonna be okay. But this little disturbance at the end is like, maybe it's not really okay, but it's still better than at the beginning, okay? And it's like, it's not really okay, but it's better than 2 years ago. Something like that. That's the feeling that it gives me. And that is the feeling that Mother gave me as well, as in, this is a very sad, heartbreaking story with no closure, but that's fine. Sometimes events and stories and things that happen don't have a happy end. They have no lesson that you could learn from them. There is nothing that would give you closure per se, and that's okay. Not everything needs to be a lesson. Not everything needs to be, I don't know, talked into positivity. Some things suck. And it's okay. Things are allowed to be shit. And you'll move on. And you'll move on. Maybe without full closure. And that is also okay. You're allowed to feel some sort of resentment. You're allowed to be damaged from certain situation. You're allowed to be hurt for as long as you need to be hurt. You're allowed to feel pain whenever you think back of that time. And this is what Datura Dawn makes me feel like. And except from just lyrics and text and meaning, the entire sound, I wanted to say the word Soundkulisse, just sound very similar. The vibe is very similar. And it makes me very happy to see, even if not intentionally, two of my favorite things being combined into one. It's cool. It's really cool. And I love it. And that's that. Will I ever upload anything again? Probably. In 10 years. That's all for now.